Hello everyone, I'm Ronald Mehta and welcome back to Digit.com, a platform where we make life simple for management students worldwide. In this video on the subject of retail management, we are going to cover the topic on retail pricing strategies. Price is the only element in the marketing mix that brings revenue to the company. However, pricing from a retailer's point of view needs to consider several factors. This video focuses on those considerations and several strategies used by retailers for pricing of their products. This video also takes a stab at how Walmart, Amazon and Zara have nailed the art of getting their pricing right. So now let's start with a brief introduction on retail pricing. Price is an integral element of the retail marketing mix. It is a source of revenue for the retailer. The price of the merchandise also projects the image of the retail store to the consumer. Moving on to considerations in setting retail pricing. Let's start with the first one, that is the customer price sensitivity. Generally, as the price of a product increases, the sales of the product will decrease because fewer and fewer customers will feel that the product is of a good value. The price sensitivity of customers determines how many units will be sold at different price levels. If the customers in the target market are not very price sensitive, sales will not decrease significantly if the prices are increased. However, if the customers are very price sensitive, then sales will decrease significantly when price increases. Moving on to the next one, competition. Competition for the product and the competitor's price for a similar product in the market also needs to be taken into consideration. In case if a product is unique and does not have any competition, it can command a premium price. On the other hand, in case if there are similar products in the market, then the retailer will have to charge a lower price. Next, legal and ethical pricing issues. Let's look at the first one, price discrimination. It occurs when retailers charge different prices for identical products or services sold to different customers. Next, the issue of predatory pricing. It arises when a dominant retailer sets prices below its cost to drive competition out of business. Eventually, the predator hopes to raise prices when the competition is eliminated. And finally, horizontal price fixing. It involves agreements between retailers that are in direct competition with each other to set the same prices. This practice clearly reduces competition and is illegal when these retailers band together and start charging higher prices. Now moving on to the retail pricing strategies. Let's look at the first one, high-low pricing. Retailers using a high-low pricing strategy frequently offer weekly discount for merchandise through sales promotions. Some retailers augment low prices and advertising with special in-store activities such as product demonstrations, giveaways and celebrity appearances. Ultimately, all these lead to, first, increase in profits. High-low pricing allows retailers to charge higher prices to customers who are not price sensitive and will pay the high price, and to charge low prices to price sensitive customers who will wait for the low sale price. Next, creates excitement. A get them while they last atmosphere, or I may say FOMO, occurs during a sale. Sales draw a lot of customers and a lot of customers create excitement. And finally, it ultimately sells merchandise. Sales allows retailers to get rid of slow selling merchandise, which could be a pain at the end of the season. Moving on to the next one, everyday low pricing. Now this is a strategy adopted by large retailers, I may say Walmart, who continuously price their products lower than other retailers in the area. The objective is to assure buyers that they need not wait for a sale or promotion to achieve attractive prices across the range of products they want to buy. Thus, this strategy ultimately leads to, first, assuring customers of lower prices. Many customers are skeptical about initial retail prices. They have become conditioned to buying only on sale, the main characteristics of a high-low pricing strategy. Next, reduces advertising expenses. The stable prices caused by the EDLP limit the need for the weekly sale advertising used in the high-low pricing strategy. In addition, everyday low prices retailers do not have to incur the labor cost of changing price tags and signs and putting up sale signs. And finally, reduces stockouts. The EDLP approach reduces the large variation in demand caused by frequent sales with large markdowns. As a result, retailers can manage their inventories with more certainty. Fewer stockouts means more satisfied customers, resulting in higher sales. Moving on to the third one, market skimming pricing. Market skimming is a pricing strategy in which a retailer sets a relatively high price for a product or service at first, and then gradually lowers the price over time. Herein it allows the firm to recover its sunk cost quickly before competition steps in and lowers the market price. When other retailers see the higher margins available in the industry, they may decide to quickly enter. It may happen so that the retailer could gain negative publicity if he lowers the price too fast and without significant changes in the product profile. Moving on to the fourth, market penetration pricing. Penetration pricing is opposite to market skimming. It is a pricing technique of setting a relatively low initial entry price, a price that is often lower than the eventual market price. Penetration pricing is most commonly associated with the marketing objective of increasing the market share or sales volume rather than short-term profit maximization, which was a case in the earlier strategy I spoke about. Pricing penetration is most appropriate when companies attempt to enter new or international markets. Moving on to the fifth one, loss leader pricing. Now this one is an aggressive pricing strategy in which a store sells some goods below cost in order to attract customers on the assumption that they will make additional purchases of other profitable goods in the store. For example, a grocery retailer can sell X cheaper than other competing stores so that customers consider his store while purchasing foodstuff. Now since the customer is also likely to buy milk, bread, flour, etc. along with the eggs, these products are priced slightly higher. So the profit foregone on eggs is more than recovered on the other items of grocery, so rather like a hook strategy. Sixth, odd pricing. Odd pricing refers to the practice of using a price that ends in an odd number, typically say 9. Retail prices are set in such a manner that prices end in odd numbers such as 99, 199, 399, etc. Odd pricing is a subset of psychological pricing method based on the belief that certain prices or price ranges are more appealing to buyers. Moving on to the next one, single pricing. This is a pricing strategy in which the same price is offered to every customer who purchases the product under the same conditions. Single pricing policy may also mean that prices are set and cannot be negotiated by customers. Ultimately, it becomes easier for the retailer to maintain the same pricing, which takes off the headache of changing labels every time. We need to understand here that electronic shelf labels are still in a very nascent stage. Only large retailers around the world can afford to have the technology of electronic shelf labels where you get to change the pricing of products on the shelf with a click of a button. Still, many retailers around the world opt for manual changing of labels and stickers on the shelves. This aspect is well covered in the video on IT in retailing in this particular subject. Moving on to the next one, anchor pricing. A product is truly never cheap or expensive, it's all relative. People love to compare when valuing products, and having an anchor price allows them to do that. Anchoring refers to the tendency to rely too heavily on the first piece of information offered, that is the anchor, when making decisions. During decision making, anchoring occurs when individuals use an initial piece of information to make subsequent judgments. Moving on to the next one, decoy pricing. The decoy effect says that customers change their preferences between two options when presented with a third option, which is the decoy option. For instance, if a newspaper offers 3 subscription options to customers, option 1, only online access for $60, next, option 2, print access for $120, and third, online plus print for $125. Some customers in this case will go for option 1, that is $60, and a majority would go for option 3, which is $125, which offers online and print, thus completely ignoring the option 2. Moving on to the next one, markdowns. Markdown pricing is reduction on retail price for slow-moving products to make them attractive. Therefore, markdown is equal to normal selling price minus reduced selling price. This ultimately helps to maintain clean stock and get rid of out-of-date merchandise, generate promotional sales, and create open-to-buy for fresh merchandise flow. Next, coupons. Coupons are documents that entitle the holder to reduce price of the actual purchase price. These are issued in newspapers, on products, on the shelf, at the cash register, and through emails. Ultimately, they induce customers to try products for the first time and convert first-time users into regular users. Next, price bundling. Products are bundled together and sold as one unit. Products put together as a package deal and charge one price. The ultimate objective here would be to stimulate purchases using attractive package deals. One company that has nailed this kind of pricing is McDonald's along with their Happy Meal. And finally, multi-unit pricing. For example, a soap bar may be priced at $3, while a banded pack of 3 may be sold for $7. Also termed psychological pricing, as a customer believes that he is getting a better bargain for buying more units. Ultimately, again helps in moving products that are slow moving. Now we move on to certain examples of retail pricing, and to begin with, the first one is Walmart's EDLP strategy. Walmart's success lies in its pricing strategy, which stems from the EDLP strategy, which means everyday low prices. The company has been using this strategy right since the beginning and has not changed the strategy. The first and most significant benefit of the EDLP strategy is high demand. If your prices are lower than the competitors, customers will automatically flock to your stores, leading to competitive advantage. However, it also requires Walmart to control cost across its business operations. And that's wherein the EDLC or Everyday Low Cost formula has helped Walmart control cost and pass on the benefits to its customers. Next, Gymshark's FOMO strategy. Gymshark's prices sit at the middle lower end of the fitness wear market. A pair of women's leggings are priced around £35, a reasonable price to pay for good quality and a well-established brand. Gymshark is not a retailer that prioritizes sales or deals, instead focuses on consistently affordable prices compared to other brands. However, Gymshark strategically takes a less is more approach to promotions. Gymshark has only 2 sales per year, that is during the brand's birthday and Black Friday. And ultimately, Gymshark makes a point to push their sales weeks in advance to hype up their fans, demanding a sense of FOMO to drive interest immediately. And finally, Amazon's dynamic pricing strategy. Amazon changes prices of its product about every 10 minutes. Amazon changes product prices 2.5 million times a day, which ultimately means that an average product price will roughly change every 10 minutes. The key to this approach here is data. Amazon has tons of data. Amazon has 1.5 billion items listed for sale and has more than 200 million users. Thus, Amazon has roughly more than 1 billion gigabytes of data on their items and users. With all this data, Amazon analyzes competitors' prices, customer shopping behavior, profit margins, inventory, and other factors. Amazon also raises prices on uncommon products, and then the most common products will appear cheaper, and people will start to assume that they have the best prices overall. The idea is that most people will just search for the most common products, so they'll start to think that Amazon has the best prices overall. And ultimately, they'll attract customers on Amazon and get them to pay more for less common things they will buy down the road. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the topic on retail pricing. These are the list of sources and links referred to for the content in the video. Thank you.